Hey guys, my name is Fabe and welcome back to another episode in the dinosaur mine. So, I'm standing right on our beautiful bridge that we built last time, and as you can see, I tried out some Carpenters blocks and it's not bad. It's not bad. I also got rid of a bunch of leaves in case you haven't noticed. It's not bad. However, after I was done with this, I had an idea. I remembered something. I remembered something that is part of the Carpenters blocks mod that we haven't even touched yet. We have the Carpenters blocks mod for what is it now? This is episode 116. So we had the Carpenters blocks mod for 66 episodes, or 65 if you don't count. Well, 66? No. Well, yeah. Around that. Anyways, over 60 episodes, and we even haven't tried out everything yet. Oh, also, by the way, 2 episodes ago, when I tried to build this ladder up out of Carpenter's blocks, someone commented and said that this is how you do it. I think I tried to put a stick in there or a stick on the sides. Nope, pretty simple, Carpenter's ladder. I think I'm going to use that still down there in this tunnel because I think it looks nice and I can make it look even nicer. However, that's not what I meant. What I was talking about is, of course, I do not have enough wood on me. Well, I have some acacia wood. Could use acacia wood. I don't really have a use for it. Do I? Do I use acacia wood for anything? No. I hope acacia wood works just the same, and I hope I remember the crafting recipe correct. I don't! Congratulations, Fabe! You forgot the crafting recipe. Maybe the other way around? Let's try it out. Okay, let's do more Carpenter's blocks first. I don't know why I'm still using oak. I can just use the other stuff. Okay, and now let's surround this with blocks. Nope, also wrong. Okay, time to look up and no longer embarrassing myself, shall we? Ha! Close enough. This is how you do it. 4 Carpenter's blocks and you get these Carpenter's collapsible blocks, and those things are really fancy. They are amazing. Let's go inside. We can play with those guys inside for a bit while the sun is setting. This stupid dirt block here, I need to find an alternative for that too. I use it just to jump out, to take basically a shortcut so I don't have to go all the way down and around, but I need to find a better way to do that, that's for sure. Okay, let's just play around with it. Bam! This is how it looks, and it looks like the shaders are messing with this block quite a bit, which worries me quite a bit. We'll have to figure something out. But what you can do is you can hammer it. Bam. You can hammer it in different positions. And it takes different shapes. And it takes pretty much any slope that you would want it to take on. It can take on. However, let's place this guy in there. I guess it doesn't look too bad. It still looks messed up, unfortunately. Okay, first time we're gonna get rid of the shaders for a second. Yeah, this is how it normally looks. Not messed up like that. So we could have any given slope here, for example, like that, which is, I don't know what is this, a quarter block? Not even. Maybe it is. So we could make this look really, really nice. However, if we go back to the shaders, this is what happens. I don't know why it does that. If you guys know why, or if you guys know a fix for that. As you saw, I used the Seal Doors shader, and those seem to be the only shaders that do it, and I have no idea why. So if any of you guys know if there's an option in the config files or something that could help me out here, your help is much appreciated. Because now I'm not sure if I actually want to use it. I would really love to make a nice, beautiful slope of a tree or for the bridge, but with this texture glitch, I'm not so sure anymore. I think I'll still try it because from a distance, I don't think you will really notice it. Ooh, it's dark. It's really dark. Yeah, from a distance I don't think you would notice like this weird messed up texture. It's still the same color after all. And you would see it mainly from the side. So I think I will try it. And I think I will show you guys the result once I did it. So good night, and I'll see you in a second. Here it is, guys. It's really, really gorgeous. I love how it turned out. However, there are a few drawbacks. Look at him! He's liking it too. I had a few issues. So as you can see, it is really an awesome slope that I could do with these blocks. It looks really epic. However, the problem I had to face is... Do I not have any on me right now? It doesn't matter. I can explain it without them. The problem is... I can make this beautiful slope on the upside of the block. However, there's no way to actually change the slope of the bottom of a block. Like I can have all these blocks on the top, but I can't have them on the bottom, which is really, really frustrating. I was raging quite a bit. I did it on a live stream. I tried it out and yep, it was frustrating that it didn't work. But I think even with the carpenter slabs on the bottom like that, it doesn't look too bad. And also the texture, like I mentioned, you barely see it, even from this distance. So that doesn't do anything bad. A bigger problem is our little Deinonychus. Although he looks like he's really enjoying his tree bridge there, he's having some trouble pathfinding over it. Unfortunately. I mean, I've seen him walking a few blocks, but most of the time when he's on here, he's just, look at the texture. From up here, it looks really messed up. From distance, pretty good. He has a hard time finding his way around. You can see he can walk on there somehow, and he jumped just off there like that. However, he has a hard time once he's on here. He gets trapped here for a while, and I'm not sure if that's a bad thing or a good thing, because it's kind of nice having him stand on there, you know? If visitors just walk by on the bridge and see him on the bridge itself, I think it's kind of an awesome thing to see. So I don't mind that he's trapped too much, as long as he still can get across it every now and then. That's what I want to do. I planted some more trees that haven't grown yet. Hopefully it will happen soon. But overall, I think it's really, really amazing. I love the slope that it gives. It looks a little awkward from close up, but from far away, it gives us a really nice feeling. I mean, look at it. It really does look like a tree that fell down, didn't it? I like it a lot. I really do like it a lot. So I think I'll keep it for a while. Observe what effect on our Deinonychus it has. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with the result. Love these blocks. The only thing really, I wish I could just put them on the bottom side and then have them slope upwards just as well as I can make them slope downwards. Anyways, that was not all we did during the live stream. I can barely see it over there. Let's go over to our spiral staircase. I put quite a bit of work into that as well. I'm not gonna look up there. You're gonna be surprised. So, as I mentioned in the past, I worked a little bit on the slope, and I worked out that a slower slope will definitely help us getting more revolutions of this thing in. And the most amazing thing that I came up with during the stream, I was so happy about that, because I was really worried. I was only doing half slabs before, and that means this is 5 wide, you see? And only using half slabs would mean I would have to have a 3:2 ratio on these, and I was really unhappy with the lack of symmetry. And then it hit me all of a sudden. I can just use stairs if I get the right height. I can only use it on a full block, of course. That's why I had the staircase. I had to start the staircase a little earlier before it was starting here. I had to move it a little earlier, but now I can use these stairs and we can have beautiful symmetry. And I can just walk up here and we have a full revolution and another half. And then we come up to this structure here. That is going to be the shape of a cylinder. We decided to go with marble, and especially the dented marble. And I think it looks really, really nice. I had a difficult decision to make here. I had 2 options. Either I'm going to let it straight it out and let it go up here. Probably going to build a staircase up on top of this hill, from which we have, by the way, a really nice view of this enclosure too. I love it. The second option that would be better for symmetry, I suppose, is continue the spiral staircase up to here and let it go out here. The problem is that the mountain kind of stops here already. So what I would have to do is I would have to curve the road over here and go up this way anyways. So I think most of the people in the stream chat said I should do it straight, and I tend to agree. It might make it harder to make this whole building look good, but I think we can do that still. So the plan for this is, that's kind of the crown shape, more or less, that we have going on here, with arches on the sides, and I used Carpenter's wedges to make it look a little more smooth. And I will probably build like a dome on top of it. By the way, talking about, going back to the texture glitches of our slopes down there. At the beginning of the video, I showed you that they didn't turn up when I got rid of the shaders. However, I tried it during the stream again. Well, I don't use shaders during the stream, first of all. And the texture still was quite messed up. Let's take a quick look at it again. If we go over there, on top of our lovely little bridge, and I get rid of the shadows once more, you see, they're still just as messed up. So I don't know what happened in the test we did indoors, but it definitely is messed up. The texture's just messed up independently of the shaders, which is a little disappointing. But as I mentioned, from a distance, you don't notice it a single bit, so I don't mind it too much. Yeah, so that's the plan for our spiral staircase. And I think we want to try out some different glasses. I remember now. I emptied all my inventory when I was gathering some more marble. I went over to the new terrain again to gather some more of our precious marble to build this crown shape. I think I like it. Like it kind of looks behind the mountain, looks up behind the mountain. I like that. I think it's gonna be cool. Having a nice dome shape. I think I want to, as I said, I want to mostly do it out of glass. I'm not sure what kind of glass. Possibly kind of a little bit of an old school looking glass to make it look like a little bit antique almost. I'm not quite sure how exactly I want to do it, but I'm sure we'll find a nice and fitting glass texture here. As well, where did I leave my stuff? Oh, did I put it in the chest down there in the spiral staircase? I might have done that. Anyways, let's grab some glass. Glass paints. That's the only thing I have right now, I suppose. Oh, you know what? I kind of want to try out the stained glass textures too, but I don't think there was too many options. Do I have any more glass here? There's my glass. Hello, concrete. Nothing. Cactus dye. Glass. Glass. So much glass. Look at all this glass. Wow. That is a lot of glass. I don't even think I need that much. Let's leave like 2 stacks here. And go over there to try them out. So I think I'm just gonna leave the marble pillars like they are right now. Oh, by the way, throughout all the live stream, we didn't have any breakouts. Those guys are still in here. So the fence tricks seem to have worked, which I'm very, very happy about. Okay, it's getting nighttime soon too. So let's get inside and try out some glass. Inside we should be safe, and in the morning we can go up on the mountain again and try out the stuff. Okay, we tried most of the glass textures out anyway. Let me quickly try the black. Yeah, there are not many different textures, and they all look pretty lame. So I think we will have to go with this kind of glass. Japanese glass, maybe. I don't want to go with the grid, of course. The modern iron fence might be too dense too. Although I want to try it. Let's maybe make 4 at a time. Let's make 4 of those to see if they connect at all. No, that's too dense. That takes away so much of the transparency. So possibly not going to do that. Let's try out the Japanese glass. I think that might look very interesting, especially together with the marble. Kind of this brownish touch. Let's see, what else do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. The modern ornate steel glass. What does that look like? Oh, it connects. So that's nice. It gives it a nice frame, I suppose. which could be cool, and the disconnected textures. However, I will probably do the half slab version, like the vertical half slab, to give the walls more depth. And in this case, the textures wouldn't connect. I would have to think about that. And also in the diagonals of the cylinder shape, that wouldn't work either. So maybe not. Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dungeon glass. What does dungeon glass look like? Does it look like a dungeon? I don't know why it's named that, but I don't like it. That's for sure. And I think that is pretty much all the options we had for this, for fancy glass at least. In Chinese glass? The red one? Let's try it, just cause we can. I think also it takes too much away from the see-through. So right now I'm tempted to try this one. The Japanese question mark style glass. I think it could look cool together with the marble. It's pretty dark in this room here. So let me sleep, guys. And then we're gonna try out this glass at the actual dome. And here's it in action. I have doubts, guys. I have doubts. So many doubts that I went on, tried out a stone frame one. I think it's a lot better like that. It gives it a nice structure and still has kind of the feel of this, I don't know what you call it, like the grid thingy, but a bigger grid. And then I thought, let's try the borderless ones. And they make this whole thing, this whole room seem a lot lighter, doesn't it? I mean, this really seems really thick compared to those here. So I would probably choose one of those two. I'm not entirely sure. When I used these for the first time, I thought, yes, they are way better. But now that I look back at the stone ones, I really kind of like those too, you know? Look a little more sturdy. I don't know. Maybe you guys have a suggestion for that. But I don't think I'm going to take the Japanese one. Because it's just too much. It's too much. It's not good for such a big surface. For smaller windows, I think it's pretty good. But for so big windows, I think it's just too much of a grid. A bigger grid is better looking. I also, in case you haven't noticed, I changed the layout quite a bit. I decided to make it, instead of going out all the 4, there's only 3 wide from here on out. It makes it an uneven number, which I prefer for pathways especially. Before we had like a 4 wide pathway coming out of here. And this also makes it easier syncing up this arch here with the door. And I think it works overall. It's just a lot better this way. Because I had a few things that I didn't pay much attention to, because, yeah, these windows are kind of overlapping with the pathway, as you can see. And down here, it's not too much of a problem, since they're so high up, it doesn't matter a lot. But once you come up here, yep, I had a problem. So I had to cut back on the pathway anyways, but I think it worked out nicely. But yeah, that's the plan. This creeper's guarding my chest down there. I told him to, of course. The next question that we'll have to face is, how are we gonna build the dome on top? And I think I'm gonna use the a helpful tool called plots. Just Google for plots if you want to build a circle in Minecraft, basically. And this little tool can give you all kinds of spheres and even ellipses and other X shapes and stuff like that. In all different radiuses and sizes. So that's very helpful. And I'm gonna go and consult this little tool. I'm gonna lay out the shape of the dome, I think. This is gonna be the basic shape, I think. It looks a little weird right now. Kind of like an egg shape almost. But I think it will all come together once we start laying the glass in. It is a circle with a diameter of 13 blocks. And I'm gonna keep the marble on the outside with the arches. It's gonna be the rim. And the actual sphere or dome is gonna start 1 block inside of the building, which makes me wonder what I'm gonna do with these corners here. I might have to come up with something to make that look okay. But in an emergency, I'll just basically connect those guys together here. That could do the trick. And then the dirt is gonna be replaced with glass, of course. Let's see. I think for the ceiling, I am actually gonna use the borderless glass. I'm still not sure about the windows, but I guess we'll have to find out sooner rather than later. So what we're gonna need is, that's I think 3, so we need 2 like that. I can be messing up here royally, so but I think it's gonna be like that. I'm gonna assume. I haven't checked the different layers of my little program that helps me out here, but that's the basic shape. It's fairly simple, and I think then we have another 5 wide here. I'm assuming a lot, don't I? Let me try this though. I want to see if I can build like, ooh, is it like that? I'm gonna guess it's like, oh, they connect too. I'm not sure if I like that. It might be too much connected glass here. It might be too invisible. I like to have a little bit of structure in there. Not sure about that quite yet. Okay, let's have like 2 again, 2 and 2. And now we should be able to just mirror the same thing. Having 1, then having 2, and like that. Is it good enough? Maybe. Wait, how does it look from the side? But yeah, you get the idea. That's gonna be the dome shape. Let's get inside and see if it's too see-through. You see, I don't like that. That in some places it does have the grid, in others it doesn't. So what I might have to end up doing... Carpenters blocks all the way. These guys are so incredibly useful. I need my silk touch though. Oh, it's almost broken. I need to repair it. I don't have the levels to repair it. Crap, what I'm gonna do? Do I have another silk touch at the lab? I might have another one. I don't remember what kind of picks I have left there. But yeah, might have to replace, like, you see that? It's connected. If I replace only this one here with Carpenter's blocks, we can have them all disconnected like that. So I might have to go through and just replace selected ones with Carpenter blocks. It's gonna be a tedious type of work, but I might have to do it. It doesn't look too bad looking at this from the side. I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna have windows in the diagonals too, if I'm just gonna close it up with marble. Haven't decided on that yet. But it's taken shape, so let me do some more work, and I think then we almost have to end it already for today. And that is that. So, we are almost done. I had left a few Carpenter's blocks in there, just to show you guys how many Carpenter's blocks it needs per quarter to actually be Carpenter's blocks and not just glass. So those are all the Carpenter's blocks, and now I'm gonna fill them in. How many are those? 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 per quarter. And I think it looks pretty nice. I got so used to the borderless glass by now that I tend towards this, but I'm still not 100% sure. I left this window for now. Still have to work out a bunch of the interior here, but the dome is done. I think it looks splendid. I like it. It's nothing too fancy. But the marble together with the borderless glass, I think, gives it a really cool and tidy looking look. I like it. And our exit here looks also pretty nice. I probably put another window in here. Pretty clean. Just, okay, I can get rid of these guys now, I suppose. And what I will have to do is close this up like that. That looks a little strange, but... I don't think we can do much about it. Oh crap, you know what I didn't do? Put shaders on. There we go. Oh, now it's dark already. But that's how it looks with shaders. Crap, I totally forgot about that. I got so used to playing without them. Hope you guys don't mind. But I have to call it an episode for today. I need to get it done. And next time, we will continue our work on this park. I'm not sure if we're gonna keep working on the spiral staircase or not. I haven't decided quite yet. We still have a little bit to do. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we can get some more Dinosaurs next time, huh? We fire up our analyzer, put some biofossils in. Maybe we can get a friend for our Dinosaurs down there. It would be nice. But not today. Wow, I like this overview, especially at nighttime when the pathways light up. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate that. And I will see you all again in the next one. But until then, have a nice day. And seriously, guys, don't be daft. Play some Minecraft.